Hi, this is Terrence Hugh, and I'll be giving a brief tutorial on a CSTR first order system analyzer that was developed by Walter Carrera, Adrian Castro, and myself for CE 380 Numerical Methods 2 at Cal State LA. So go ahead and run it. This is the basic GUI here. And the first thing the user will do, they'll go ahead and browse for the data file that they're going to use to analyze the system of reactors. Now the data file is going to be in a text file formatted this way, delimited by commas, and what each row represents is a reactor in the system, and the first number in the row will represent the K value. Second will represent the volume of the reactor. Next will be the external flow in, concentration of the flow in, external flow out, the flow rate from the reactor to the next reactor, which is specified by the following row. Okay, so first thing the user will do, they'll go ahead and hit browse, and that'll open a window where you can go ahead and browse for the data file that you want to use. As soon as you choose the file, it'll go ahead and load into the table here, so you'll see all those same values laid out, much easier to read than the text file. Next, what you'll want to do is you'll go ahead and hit execute. That'll calculate the concentrations for the reactors. So the concentrations will be laid out on the bar plot here. The concentrations will be color coded, so the greener the bar is, the higher concentration there is in that reactor. Here's the diagram for the reactors. You see the external flows in here, the flows out of any particular reactor into the next one, and the external flows out. Now, the user can also edit the values in some of the variables for the reactor. So, for example, we'll edit the concentration flow, or the concentration of the inflows. Just change that. And once you've made your changes, you can go ahead and hit execute. And you'll see that the bar plot and the diagram will change accordingly. So now you can see the difference between the concentrations. It's much greater, so you have a very high concentration reactor 1, much lower concentrations in the other 3. So now that you've made changes to your concentrations, you can actually go ahead and save this information. Go ahead and hit the save button here, and it'll prompt you to choose where you'd like to save it and enter a new name. So and then once you're done, you can actually go ahead and clear the entire GUI. Now you can always just go ahead and browse and go back. So the new saved file will be loadable as is. As you can see, it'll go ahead and load same information with the different inflows and outflows, or I'm sorry, the different concentrations for the inflows. And then you can go ahead and hit execute again, and it'll give you the same, it'll analyze it the same way. So you can also specify the file path and name here if you don't want to browse. It'll pull the file and add the path directly, so you can just go ahead and execute from there. Alright, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed.